Let's break down a face-off play from the Detroit Red Wings that results in a goal. I'll have a link up here in the top corner with some other tactics so you can increase your understanding of offensive zone entries, breakouts, become a more effective hockey player on the ice. So first detail we want to cover is going to be the responsibilities of Larkin in green, Raymond in blue. So obviously Larkin has to win this draw for the play to work, which he does. As soon as he wins that draw, he's going to hold his position for a brief second at the face-off dot, and then he's going to get to the net. As all that happens, DeBrincat's doing a great job of being on his toes, getting his bump into the circle. Same thing with Raymond, getting his bump in. And what I mean by our wingers getting their bumps, that essentially means you're on your toes, you're ready, and you're under the assumption that that face-off draw is going to be a 50-50. Okay, so that means you want to get in, get your bump, help out your centerman to try and win the draw back to your D. And then should you win or lose the draw, you're in a really good position to get out to your routes, whether it's a win or a loss. So the Red Wings win it, and now Raymond's objective is to get to the net here. And as that happens, that creates a lot of confusion and chaos in this area of the ice, and that's going to free up DeBrincat to get across and get open for his goal. Okay, so we could see Larkin and Raymond do their job. We see all that chaos in front of the net. Puck's in the back of the net now. So here's a really good look at what Larkin and Raymond are going to do. So again, we can watch Larkin in blue, or Larkin in green, Raymond in blue. So Larkin again holding his position. He's going to roll off his centerman, get to the net. And then as Raymond's getting his bump in, he's going to make sure to go through Brendan Gallagher. And what that's going to do is instead of allow Brendan Gallagher to get through that seam there and get a clean route out to that Detroit defender, it's going to force Gallagher to have to go out and around Raymond, and it's going to take him longer to get there, which opens up that seam across. And this is important. So there's that little soft pick here by Raymond. And Raymond didn't really go out of his way to impede Gallagher. He's not outstretching any arms. He's not, hooking him. He's not grabbing him. He's just going through Gallagher in the area of ice he's already in, and he's owning that area of ice. And he's going to get to the front of the net there. And that slows down Gallagher just enough, and there that seam opens up to get all the way back across to DeBrincat for that goal. And now we're going to look at the skill of DeBrincat specifically now. So as DeBrincat gets open, he's got to stick up in the air. He's getting low into his stance. You might hear it called an A-frame or a shot formation. That just means he's getting low. He's getting his feet set a little bit wider to allow for weight transfer, and he's ready for this puck. He's signaling he wants it, and he's ready. So as this puck approaches, he's going to get the heel of his stick down first, seal the ice, so that way he can receive the puck nice and strong. And as you can see, he's got his weight shifted to his right foot. Hands are up and off the body. Chin is over his strong side hand. We can't really see it. And then his shoulder is dipping down a little bit so that way he can get rotation. He can flex through the stick. Now, as he receives this puck, he's going to transfer his weight. So he's gone from his right hip into his left hip. And then he's rotating his torso through and around into his left hip, and that's going to allow him to get his hips and shoulders on frame. But more importantly, it's going to allow him to generate that force from his right side of his hip into his left hip, rotate the torso to create power through the stick, flex through the stick, and then he snaps it home on net, buries it. So really great shot. That's one of the reasons why he's a goal scorer. He's got very good shooting technique, a very nice release. So very good piece of skill from DeBrincat there leading to the goal, and something that we should be looking at and trying to analyze and break down as hockey players if we want to understand, what it's going to take to score goals at a high level from a skill standpoint, right? There's the hockey IQ as well, and the understanding of how to read and react to the game. So in the final piece here from the Red Wings is our D play. So Mata is going to do a great job of gaining the soft ice or the quiet area. He's going to drag that puck across. His eyes come up, and he's looking on net. He wants to look off his D partner here. And again, Raymond does his job, so his D partner is going to be wide open for this play. But as Mata's walking towards the weak side of the ice with his eyes on net, looking off his D partner, that's going to slow down this forward in red. Let's do a different color. That's going to slow down this forward in red. It's going to hold him up from fronting him aggressively because he thinks that Mata's going to try to shoot or look for a stick, pass, redirect, or whatever. And that keeps the seam wide open. D partner does a good job getting out nice and wide to the quiet area of that ice. And that's going to put him in a very good position for that seam across. So positioning is huge for that weak side defenseman in this instance. Otherwise, that passing lane across to DeBrincat wouldn't be there. And then our final look here is just going to be from the defensive side on what Montreal could have done a little better. And, you know, this is me breaking down their D-zone structure sitting on the couch, right? Like, obviously, to play at this level is extremely difficult, very fast, so it's not easy, right? But one thing that I think can make this much easier to defend from Montreal's standpoint is, again, our wingers do their job. They get out to their points. But I would like to see our defenseman in yellow get his bump on DeBrincat and then go with DeBrincat across. I would like to see the centerman for Montreal just tie up and stay with Larkin. And what that's going to do is it makes it a lot easier for our defenseman underneath to find his guy. Okay, at this instance, we know both our wingers in green are getting out to their point. Center's got center, and then the D on the hash marks on the wall stays with that winger on the hash marks on the wall. So by subtracting all those players out of the equation, our D underneath can get back to the front of the net and then attempt to box out Raymond as he tries to set his screen and create traffic and havoc, right? But there's probably miscommunication. There's probably a lack of understanding of who has, you know, who's marking who and who's going where off the face-off should they lose it. And you can tell right here we have so many Montreal players in that space. Yes, Gallagher's trying to get out there to his point, gets held up a little bit. But once Gallagher's out, we still have 3 Montreal Canadiens sitting there not really doing, you know, much. Right, we got this D trying to pick up a guy. Our centerman's watching, and he realizes a little bit too late as DeBrincat gets across, kind of has his oh shit moment and tries to rush out there to get to DeBrincat. And then our D all the way over here, he's not really doing anything to remedy the situation whatsoever, which I think if he gets his bump on DeBrincat, he's going to be able to come right through here and stay with him and take away that pass. So that's just my 2 cents on what I think Montreal could have done better. Again, I'm sitting here on the couch breaking it down. It's easy for me to do that. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and I'll make sure to address it in my coming videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one.